and I play a balanced druid by the name of the Akmonx on Outland EU. And in this video we're gonna talk about the 7.2 changes to balanced druid and the PvP changes to balanced druid. We're gonna start up with the additional class changes. Enemy players can now see the radius of Starfall while active. Honestly, I think it's visible right now on 7.1.5, but I think they're gonna do some bigger mark of it, like some bigger contrast around the circle that Starfall's in. Moonfire, Sunfire and Starfall now deals 50% less periodic damage to player targets. That's actually a huge nerf to the BG Moonkin, because we will do like 50% less DPS just from dots and Starfall, and that's our biggest source of damage there, about 80% damage or even more sometimes. So it will be a huge downfall in Moonkin DPS there. But for that we get the Solar Wrath buff for 30% more damage to player targets. So I think they're gonna do from the Moonkin more about the casting the nukes, like the Solar Wrath. On the BGs I think it will be still useful, and we still be like AoE spreading class. We got some Astral power nerfs in here about our generation from dots. It's focused most on the battlegrounds. We're getting way less Astral power then, because it was just ridiculous right now. When we got dispelled, we would get like over 100 Astral power. Our bar would be just full from one mass dispel on our dots. And I think because of that the dying stars will no longer be usable in the arena environment, but only for the BGs. It actually was generating 8 Astral power for one dot dispelled, and it was giving a lot of DPS in the arena also. Honestly, when not playing a triple caster, or even when playing a triple caster, Dying Stars was giving the Moonkin way more DPS, like about 15% sometimes, even if the enemy healer was dispelling all the time. So that was huge on the arenas, but now our must go will be the Moonkin aura. Also because of these debuffs, we will be generating half of the Astral power from shooting stars, which isn't actually that big of a thing, but I think the shooting stars will no longer be the must-have talent in here. I think because of casting more Solar Wraths, actually Blessing of Ancients can be good. Astral Communion, I use it in 2v2 scenarios pretty much, because the shooting stars just doesn't generate that much Astral power, and the damage on it is not that big. It's about 1% to 2% of the DPS. So I think the shooting stars will be useless, and it's all about the nerfing the Moonkin on the battlegrounds. But also we get the intellect buff by 15%, which is quite significant. It will increase the damage of our spells by 15%. And to that we are getting some changes to... I mean, it's not changes, actually we're not getting changes, but new artifact traits. We're getting the Radiance of Cenarion Circle, is the artifact traits that pretty much every class gets. It increases damage by 10% and stamina by 10%. Healers got also healing increased, and tanks got on this trait armor. But we are as DPS getting only damage and stamina increase. The second one will be Light of the Evening Star. It's 4 ranks, increases the damage of Starfall by 3% per rank. It gives our Starfall at max rank 12% increased damage. Next one is Wax and Wane. I don't know how to pronounce it. Moonfire increases the direct damage of your next Moonfire by 5%, stacking up to 5 times. And this is only one rank trait, so it means it will be increasing our damage of Moonfire by 25%. I don't know how long the debuff will last, but I guess like something about from 6 to 10 seconds. They actually want us to spam Moonfire more and to get us back some of the damage that we lost by the AoE nerf from the overall changes to PvP Moonkin. And the not last, but the last one that is important to class is a Circadian Invocation. Moonfire damage increases the arcane damage you deal to the target by 1%, and Sunfire damage increases the nature damage you deal to the target by 1%, each stacking up to 6 times. It has only one rank, so it means after 6 hits of our Moonfire or Sunfire will get the 6% increased damage. So it pretty much will increase the damage of the Moonfire by itself, by the Sunfire from the Sunfire, and it will be only the buff for the Lunar Strike and the Solar Wrath then, pretty much, and the Sunfire and Moonfire by itself. And the last one, artifact trait, that it scales to rank 50. From what I heard, it's not supposed to be reached by any means. Like, it will be just stacking till infinity. Like, nobody should get this really, because it will cost just too much artifact power to get. It will increase our primary stat by 2000 for 10 seconds. So it will be the intellect for the balanced druid. It means it will give some more damage for 10 seconds every 1 minute and 1/3. So it's like every 1 minute and 20 seconds we're getting this buff for 10 seconds. It's a primary stat increase by 2000 in open world and PvE. We don't know the exact number of this in the PvP, but if it is at 2000, I got right now 40,000 intellect, so it's like a 5% damage increase on the open world, so we can assume it will be pretty similar in the PvP. So it's not that big, but it's actually giving us some more RNG to the game, more randomized damage output, and actually a new way to coordinate our cooldowns. When we pop our cooldowns on this, we will get more damage than without it, so pretty much we want to make a go for kill when this procs. The Moonkin game style will differ a lot from this now on. Like I said on the BGs, I think we will still be spreading a lot of AoE, but on the arena we will have a lot more CC burst based game style. They want us to be back the Moonkin, not the AoE kin, which I like, and I think it will give us some fun combs like Frozen Chicken, which is the Frozen Mage and Balanced Druid. Actually, Moonkin maybe will be played, maybe it will be possible to play him in 2v2 as double DPS, but I'm not sure with it. I think with the healer it will be still stronger. In the 3v3 scenarios, it will be different. We will be for sure cloning more when making a go for a kill. And we will have a lot more burst and kill potential on one target. It gives a Moonkin really much stronger 1v1 scenarios also, because right now on Legion the Moonkin was the worst one, literally like the worst one in the 1v1 scenarios. And overall the Dancing with the Stars comps will be open. Maybe we can see some Moonkin warrior for these crazy executes after full moons. The intellect increases our full moons also by 15% damage, so it's pretty huge. I can't wait to see the people getting full moon in one global cooldown, dying just to the full moon and some star surges with the maybe warrior of lunar strikes or something like that. The single target damage output will be crazy, I think. This isn't that much of the nerf by me. I'm pretty excited for these changes and I can't wait to see them live. I will be doing probably the PvP Moonkin Guide soon after 7.2 hits live servers. Probably like a week or so, maybe 2, because I have to look it up and test out some things. You can expect this soon on my channel also. Subscribe for more PvP, more guides soon, and a lot of PvP content also. Have a nice day and see you around, my kins.